What's up, family? It's your boy Jaheim, president, founder, and the host of Legacy Builders Podcast. We are back with another episode as we get ready to close out this year and to close out this productive year and move forward to a fantastic 2025 where we break goals, where we do everything. But there's a power beyond your share. So please share, and share and share this episode with somebody. Because I believe this word or this encouragement or this conversation, it's not just for us, me and you, but it's for more people. So go ahead and listen. I am excited because we are entering into the end of the year, and I think a lot of us have mixed emotions during this time. We are excited about a brand new year. We are excited about just getting new things. We're excited about the holiday season that's coming up for our teachers. We're excited about holiday break. Hallelujah. So you get mixed emotions, but I want to talk about today in our conversation today. I want to talk about how you have to develop a strategy because strategy is important. And I'll name this episode. We'll just talk about it. But I really, I talked to my twin about a week ago, and she was just telling me some things that I talked about this last episode about, having that Thanksgiving and resilience, and then having that, do you still believe? But now what comes after belief is we have about 4 or 3 more weeks left in December. And so now is the time to develop your strategy. I think many of us, we go into the New Year's, we have New Year's resolution, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, but many of us fail because we don't develop that strategy in order to win and to win in ways that we want to see growth. Because can I tell you this? And I talked about this. Vision casting is great in life. I mean, I know a lot of people who vision cast, but I don't know a lot of people who develop strategies in order to win. And so today I want to really talk about what does it take for you to become. Really, I got to ask you that question. What does it take for you to become? Because can I tell you this? We are getting ready to go into a new year. And so the new year, we don't want to have that false hope of a new year without us building a strategy, without us developing a game plan, without of us developing something that is going to be necessary and is going to be vital and also is going to be useful. Can I tell you this? Some of us are dreaming stuff and we're holding on to stuff, and we're trying to develop, or we're trying to do stuff or whatever that is not useful for our next. And truthfully, it's not even useful for our now, because some of us, we are looking at other people's blueprint. We're looking at other people's things, and we're not really developing what our blueprint needs. And I talked about this at the beginning of this year about your blueprint. What is your blueprint? How do you develop your blueprint? But then now and here it is. It's not just about blueprint. It's not just about putting your words to action. You have to have a strategy to develop something out of your blueprint. And I think that was the key I was missing. I was talking about the different things and the different stuff, but I forgot that in order to make a plan work, in order to make people and to make your money grow and to make this grow, you have to you have to be able to take that big vision that you're dreaming, and you have to be able to develop chunks of it that will help you. And so here it is. And I thought I was doing that. Can I tell you this? I thought I was doing that. I was breaking my quarters up. And that helped. That's part one of it. But strategy teaches us that there's different angles that you have to cover. In every dream and every vision and every successful person, they have different angles of their dream. They have different angles of their success that they had to master. And so what it is, what strategy helps you do is helps you develop the angle and develop the plan it needs to in order to get that strategy and in order to win. And so here it is. You can't claim that you want to win all 2025. You can't claim that you want to win big or whatever your theme is going to be unless you start to develop that strategy. And my thing for next year is live in the 1%. And when you live in the 1%, you cannot be comfortable. So here it is. My theme for next year, I'm gonna tell you, this a little vision party, vision casting, is I live in the 1% and stay out of comfort. And many of us, that's our problem. It is not that the vision is so great. It is sometimes that the vision is so great that we're scared to even take the first step. And when you are scared to take the first step, you live in comfort. And when you live in comfort, it becomes a crutch that will not help you develop into who you are meant to be. And here it is. And how do you stay in comfort? You stay in comfort because you didn't have a plan and a strategy to work out and to work and to move into your next step. If you look at people, if you look at the circle around you, what is the language of the people who are talking to you? What are they talking about? Oh, are they always saying, "Oh, I'm dream," or "I want to do this," or are they implementing? Do you see them living in the 1%? Because can I tell you this? This next year, I want to be around the people who are living in the 1%. I want to be around the people who are saying that I cannot live in comfort anymore. I want to be around the people who are saying I cannot live in bondage anymore. And bondage come in multiple places. Bondage comes in your body. Bondage comes in what language you're speaking. Bondage, and I think this is the worst bondage that could be, is the bondage of your mind. Can I tell you this? The people who are winning are the people who are successful in their blueprint, successful in completing from January to December, is they have mastered how to be free and how to not be bind in their mind or bond in their mind. Because here it is, some of us, the reason why it doesn't work and the reason why it doesn't succeed is because you're free in every area of your life. And I'm speaking from experience. You're free in every area of your life, but you're not free in your mind. And the dangerous thing that can come if you're not free in your mind is you live in comfort. And so the next step may be telling you may have to move away. The next step may telling you may have to try a different career. The next step may say you may have to do this and do that. But if you're bound in your mind will tell you no, live and stay in comfort. And how many of us who's been out there, how many of us who are listening to me, how many of you are listening to me, how many of you are driving on your way to work, how many of you are driving and listening, and you really are saying, yeah, Heem, I have to be free in my mind. And can I tell you this? What comes with freedom in your mind is the develop to dream again, the ability to dream again and to function in the blueprint that you have made. Because here it is, and I'm telling you from experience, I would say from 2020 to 2023 I was bound in my mind that I literally could not produce. I really couldn't. I really could. And it is easy to blame COVID. It's easy to blame this, but it was me not developing strategies to win. Because here it is. I wanted everything to come to me. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that since I was doing this, that I thought everything was coming to me. And so what I had to learn and what I had to break out of this year is I had to break out of that need for comfort. I had to break out of that need for, okay, you may look crazy. And there's been some times in my life where even in this year I was talking about I was talking about this. People were saying you were crazy, and people were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, right. That's not going to happen." And I use that as fuel, not to prove them wrong, not to prove, but to prove myself right. And so here it is. I had to develop a language and I had to develop a freedom in my mind. And then I what I failed at was developing that strategy. I had everything. I had the vision. I had this and that. And there have been some areas where I saw some growth. There have been some areas where I saw some not growth because I didn't develop it. And so here it is. What you have to do, you have a smartphone, you have a note, put down Instagram, put down TikTok, put down Snapchat, put down all this other stuff. And I want you throughout this week, before we get to December 31st, I want you to develop a plan, a blueprint. I want you to develop a vision. I want you to develop a vision and a theme for your year. It could be great. It could be whatever you want it to be. But then, once again, and I'm going to be doing it this year. I'm going to be doing the breaking up my years into quarters, 12 weeks, stuff like that. And I want you to do that. But then I want you to say, okay, what is the real goal for these first 3 months? What is my goal for January, February, and March? Because you want an overall theme for the year. Yeah, you want goals for the year, but what are my goals for January, February, and March? And then when you have that, okay, what are the outcomes I want to see? What are the things that I do? And then here it is. What would be the hindrance that would stop this? And so now you have it all worked out. You can type it, you can write it, whatever you. Now it's in your face. And so when you have it in your face, when you can see it, you don't there's no excuse for you not to do it. Yeah, because some of us we say, oh well, it's in our head, but then if you're bound in your mind, if you're doing this in your mind, you could change anything. You can change things, and then now you're focused on this and that when what you said in the beginning is gone. And so today, I really want to encourage us today that sometimes, and I want to encourage you today that it is okay sometimes to be in the 1%. I know I'm not saying block everyone in your call log. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying block everyone and this and that. But I am saying that it is time for you to live in the 1%. And it is time for you to break out of comfort. And it is time for you to develop a strategy. It is time for you to become everything that you're meant to be. Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Because can I tell you this? I'm tired of waiting on you because you may be the solution for something that I may need. Oh, let me say that again. You may be the solution for what I may need. And so what I've learned in these last 3 months of the year, this fourth quarter, I've learned that sometimes, and I've learned that it is okay for you to pivot. And I talked about that. It is okay for you to pivot, but when you pivot, you have to pivot where it's strategy. You have to pivot with a strategy. And you have to pivot with something and a goal in mind. And you have to be free. Can I tell you this? It may be that relationship that is holding you back. It may be that family member. It may be friends that you thought were supposed to be your ride or die is not even your ride or die. Can I tell you, some of us fall into that friend trap, to that family trap, that we're so nailed to loyalty that sometimes loyalty will get us in trouble. Let me say it. Let me say it again. Some of us get so nailed to loyalty that we lose ourselves. Oh my God. Because you could be so loyal to somebody else and to something in some places, but then they don't, or you don't even know when you're drowning in your own self, when you're drowning in your own thing. So you have to be strong for you, and then hope that by being strong for you and being strong for you, you can be able to be around like-minded people and people that will not let you live in comfort, but they will always push you to be something greater. I thank God. I thank God for some of my friends. I thank God for some of my family members. I thank God for some strangers. He'll put some strangers in my life that'll push me, or he'll expose me to an environment that'll push me out of comfort. Can I tell you this? I went to the Ron Clark Academy, I promise y'all. And that place pushed me out of comfort. I really started I really started, I said, oh my God. And I started dressing better at work. I started doing some systems at work. I started, perceiving my life in a different notion because I thought I was going life in this way, but then being there, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I can pivot and go another way. But here it is. When I go this way, I have to develop systems. I have to develop steps so that when I get there, I will be able to see the success that I get there. Because this road and this road are two different things. Can I tell you this? And here it is. Next year is going to be a whole different road from what this year entailed. Now, you may use some lessons that you learned down this road. You may use some lessons and you may do some things that you learned this year. But 2025 is a whole new season. It's a whole new opportunity. It is a whole new blueprint and roadmap to get from January to December. And so you have to develop something that is going to work in 2025 and hope that what you learned in this last season, 2024, can help you but not hinder you. Here it is. Don't let 2024 hinder you from becoming everything that you want in 2025. Because, and let me tell you this is how it hinder you. We'll say, well, I did that last year. Or you'll say, well, no, I like this better last year. Or you'll say, and you will never push the envelope to become better. Can I tell you this? Next year, I'm going to, in Legacy Builder Podcast, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about family members. We're going to be talking about finance, because it is my job here on Legacy Builder Podcast is to push you out of comfort. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push you out of comfort and push you into a place where you can live in that 1%. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to push you out of something. I'm going to push you out of comfort. I'm going to push you out of this, out of that. And I'm going to encourage you to live in the 1%. And I'm going to encourage you to continue to push the line forward. You can be a millionaire. You can own your own properties and other properties. You could be a bestseller book. You can have this and that on Apple Music. Because can I tell you this, 2025, Legacy Builders Podcast is going to grow. Yeah, because I see it. But here it is. I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to push myself out of what I think is not even possible. And I'm going to push myself out of comfort, and I'm going to push myself into the unknown. Don't be scared of the unknown because you can't control it. Many of us are scared of the unknown is because we can't control our end goal. We can only hope and move by faith and move by this and that, and then we can get to our own goal. So that's why a lot of people don't pivot and a lot of people don't go is because we're scared of the unknown, because we can't have control. So I want to encourage you, release control and develop you. Release control of your future. You're going to get there. It may be somewhere different than you even thought. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness. It's going to be different. So family, yeah, let's live in the 1%. Let's get out of comfort, and let's develop strategy to become something greater. Love you, family. I love you, family. It's been another episode. I'm trying to cap these things at 20. I'll cap these episodes at 20. So love your family. Like, share, and like. Our goal is to get somewhere on YouTube. So subscribe to us at Jaheim President TV. Listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen to podcasts, Legacy Builders Podcast. I love you, family, and I will see you next week.